I read about this guitar in 1994 in Vintage Guitar magazine when it surfaced. And at the time, I had just started my career, so I was working on an album for a major label with a band that I was in. And in between being in the 8th grade, or 9th grade that year, I would help my father at his guitar shop. And so in this room, the first time I saw these guitars was at the Fall Philly show in 1994. Scott Chinnery, the late Scott Chinnery, who, it's odd to say, passed on 2 years. Well, I'm 2 years older than he was when he passed on, but I was a kid when I first met him. He had all these on a stand, and he had them all made, and there was a big article about this guitar that he just paid $150,000 for. Okay, back in 1994, which was top of the heap. Okay, I think there was a Flying V that went for $75,000. It was an unheard of amount of money for a 6-string guitar, even so much that George Gruen opined that it was too much money in a very, very well worded article about this subject. And then Scott passed on, and the guitar disappeared from the public. And to be honest with you, I never thought I'd see it. And this is not my kind of, it's a beautiful guitar, sounds great. Yeah, I'm an electric player. As long as there's no follow-up questions, that's all I know. And I'm not an acoustic archtop player, but I do appreciate a rare guitar or 5. And this being one of a kind, and I remember them going through details how it was made in 1957, had been refinished. Those had pictures of it in natural wood, and it was the only one he made in a teardrop. And to see it and play it today it's a really special occasion, because as a guitar collector, this is crazy rare. And as a guitar collector, this is a super important instrument. Again, it's one of one. And it's the Teardrop. It's the legendary D'Angelico Teardrop. So, it only took me about 30 years to come actually have an audience with it. And boy, I feel lucky and I feel blessed. I've been around in this business long enough to have seen it come. I think it was Mandolin Brothers. Late Stan J, found it and sold it to Scott, and then Scott had it and he was all proud of it. And then all these blue guitars were built, and now we're here in Rudy's Music in Soho, and talking about the legacy of these guitars. And it proves a couple of points. It proves, one, the guitars outlive all of us, and no matter if you're 14 or 44, you still love it.